In this video, I'm going to do homework 3, question 12. So for the given function f of x and numbers L, C, and epsilon more than 0, find an open interval about C on which the inequality f of x minus L is less than epsilon holds. Then give a value for delta more than 0 so that for all x satisfying x minus C between delta and 0, the inequality f of x minus L is less than epsilon holds. So the way that you do this is that they're giving you values, and you will plug in those values. The values that they give you is f of x is equal to mx plus b, m is more than 0, L is equal to m over 2 plus b, C is 1/2, and epsilon is equal to k, which is more than 0. So for what open interval does the inequality f of x minus L is less than epsilon hold? So the way that we try and create this values is we plug in everything. So we know that our f of x is mx plus b. We know that our L is m over 2 plus b, and our epsilon will be k. So in order to take out the absolute values signs out, you can put a positive k and a negative k on each side. And then you can start canceling out algebraically. So we know that the b's here cancel out, and then you factor out the m, which will give you m times x minus 1/2, and both k's on each side. So you divide m on both sides, and then you add 1/2. So you know that x is found between k over m plus 1/2 and negative k over m plus 1/2. So now they ask you to find the largest value of delta more than 0, so that for all x satisfying between 0 is less than x minus c is less than delta, the inequality f of x minus L is less than epsilon holds. So we have solved the inequality for f of x minus L is less than delta. And we know that the biggest value that we can have for x in this case, the biggest value that we can have for x in this case would be k over m plus 1/2. So what we're going to try and do is we're going to plug in that value into our equation of x minus c, because the biggest value of x minus c will give us our biggest value of delta, given that the bigger the value you subtract from, the bigger the value you're going to get in the end. So we're going to use the biggest value of x that we found before, which is k over m plus 1/2, minus 1/2 is less than delta, which is more than 0. So now we know that the biggest value that delta can be will be k over m. So delta is equal to k over m.